Believe it! 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 Believe it!
Bah weep grana weep ninny bang YouTube, RedWhiteandBluestreak here, getting back to the world of SH Figuarts through the Naruto line, and once again we're taking a look at our #1 knuckleheaded ninja, though this time it's from part 1 of the anime. Now we've already gone over who this noisy ninja from Rookie 9 is in my Shippuden Naruto review, and he's largely the same in part 1 of Naruto, albeit a little less serious. Part 1 of Naruto definitely lent itself more towards a comical approach, at least until certain parts like the Sand Invasion or the Sasuke retrieval arc, which those arcs definitely gave us some of the best moments in the entire anime. I mean, look at my boy Choji! Talking more on the character side of things again, our spiky-haired protagonist is still just as caring of an individual with the same ambition he's always had, becoming Hokage, which, if you remember from my previous video, is basically just the ninja mayor. Some people might argue that it's the ninja president, though with so many different Kage from neighboring villages, I kind of think that mayor or governor is kind of a suitable title for it. Though, technically, geography and fictional political structures aside, let's crack this bad boy open and get started with the Naruto Figuarts packaging is something very familiar to the channel at this point. Beautiful calligraphy style illustration on the front, several product shots on the back, and a fantastic yellow gradient decorating the whole thing. I gotta say though, looking through the window here of this figure, I can already tell people who buy this will get a lot of bang for their buck. I mean, look at this figure compared to the Shippuden Naruto we looked at. Both figures retail for $35, and this one comes with a comparable amount of accessories to the standard $60 and more releases from Tamashii Nations. But we'll get to that in a moment. And it's pretty obvious that the reason that they made this figure so cheap is because they want to incentivize putting together a shadow clone display, which the temptation is definitely there with how good this figure is. Tamashii Nations knocked it out of the park yet again with the accuracy of this figure. Each part of our loudmouth protagonist is sculpted in meticulous detail, and painted with the same detail. There are very minimal amounts of shading via the paint, like a good amount of the other figure arts, which I love since it allows the actual environment to provide all the lighting for this figure without anything looking, well, fake. Or at least faker than an anime character in a realistic setting might already look. I don't know what you were going for, Jump Force, I really don't. The colors on this figure are spot on also, and luckily I don't see a single paint defect on this figure. Oh. And I mean, paint defects aren't really something I highlighted on my other figures because I didn't really have to deal with that a lot before. I just figured you should know. Alright, look, I didn't know how to end the segment, alright? Naruto has a great deal of accessories, especially for a figure of this price point. No folded arms with this set, but we do get a set of closed fists out of the box, a set of open fists to hold the included kunai that fits so...
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of...
Yeah, I have a bit of a confession to make. I may have forgotten that the top of the kunai comes off, like it does with the Sasuke figure, which allows it to fit into the hands really easily, and I may have tried to just jam it into the fists, which may or may not have resulted in this horrific break of a dangerously sharp accessory. Seriously, handle with care, I already cut myself on that thing. And it's definitely not really meant to take any sort of force at all, so... Luckily, Sasuke's kunai will work just fine, and I can just use some liquid cement, carefully, to repair the part. But it's a bummer nonetheless. And I mean, it's fully a result of my own error though, so of course this won't be factored into the final score. It will be factored into my IQ though. We also get these two hands for the Shadow Clone Jutsu that I already did this gag before. Not doing it again. We get a set of open hands, an open hand with a hole in it for the included Rasengan effect piece, a couple of other open hands for no reason in particular. I genuinely don't know what these are supposed to go to, if they go to like the Demon Wind Shuriken that came with Sasuke, or what. Someone please, let me know in the comments if you know, please. And a set of gripping open hands to go with a faceplate included here. Out of the box, Naruto has a calm smile, but he also has his trademark cocky grin, a yelling face, a comical reaction face that isn't my favorite face in this set because we also get this amazing Ninetales face. The raw anger on this face is conveyed perfectly through all the little details and perfectly replicates his face in his battle with Sasuke in the Valley of the End, along with those hands when he's put into a specific pose, which, speaking of poses, said it once, I'll say it again. Somehow the articulation here is even better than his Shippuden counterpart. Even with the... which isn't anywhere near as bad as it is on my original copy of Shippuden Naruto. Poses aplenty can still be had here, though the head articulation is a bit more limited than what I'd like. I just wish I could turn the head a little more. Overall, Tamashii Nations did a fantastic job with this figure. This figure is everything I could want in a Part 1 Naruto figure, though I wouldn't mind some extra faces with future figures like what they're doing with some of their other Shippuden figures, like Obito. Particularly, I'd kind of want a close-eyed pondering face, which would be nice since that was a face Naruto made a lot in Part 1 in particular. This figure's a solid 4.5 out of 5 from me. Besides the head articulation, I'm unable to really think of any improvements that could be made to this figure. Tamashii Nations is doing a fantastic job with these Naruto figures. Now where's that Part 1 Sakura figure, Bandai? Nostalgia, anyone?